The drunk driver refuses to accept responsibility. When asked straightforward questions, the politician dodges what's obvious to all. The parent holds their kids to one standard, but then turns around and holds themselves to another. You could say getting frustrated about the lack of accountability in society, it's easy as pie. But pies are actually hard to cook. Getting frustrated about the lack of accountability in society is a lot easier than that. But how quickly are we to judge others? Perhaps as quickly we should judge ourselves. Was Benjamin Franklin too harsh when he said, "He that is good for making excuses is seldom good for anything else"? That quote might be a bit too harsh, but often words are not harsh enough when it comes to accountability. This seems especially true in promises we make only to ourselves. The consequences of self-reflection, they may pale in comparison to the judgment of others, the encouragement of others. There's a study that illustrates that quite well. The Department of Food Science and Human Nutrition at the University of Illinois, Urbana-Champaign, conducted research on the topic of weight loss with 23 women who participated in an 18-week weight loss program that reduced participants' food consumption by 500 calories a day and emphasized strategies such as portion control, eating more vegetables, and planning ahead. After this diet, moderators asked women open-ended questions to explore facilitators and barriers to weight loss and weight loss maintenance. Accountability to others and support from friends, family members, and coworkers were verbalized as key facilitators that allowed women to maintain or continue their weight loss. Lack of accountability to someone else and the absence of support from others were commonly reported as barriers to achieving further weight loss. Without an individual monitoring their progress, women perceived a drastic drop in motivation for weight loss motivation. One woman's statement, for me, hands down, accountability, I have no one looking over my shoulder, represented this idea. There is even research suggesting that an accountability partner can make it more likely to achieve a goal in a way that can literally take away pain. In a very separate study conducted by the University of Oxford in 2009, researchers set out to understand the impact of teamwork on human beings' pain tolerance. In other words, will something feel like it hurts less if we do it together? To explore this hypothesis, the researchers hooked up 12 college rowers to rowing machines and had them row individually in separate rooms. They measured pain tolerance by wrapping a blood pressure cuff around their non-dominant arm. The pressure to the cuff was increased slowly as the athlete rowed. Participants were instructed to indicate the point at which they felt discomfort by saying, "now." The level of pressure was recorded when the pain was announced. Then the researchers did the same exact exercise with the participants, but instead of being alone, they had 6 rowers in the same room working together as a virtual boat. Pain tolerance increased significantly. Holding yourself accountable to another person or a team can literally make work less painful. These studies and others show that having an accountability partner can increase the likelihood of you keeping a promise. So don't keep your promise private. Whether it's a friend, family member, a professional, or the ocean that is social media, find an accountability partner and share the weight of what you need to get done. However, finding an accountability partner is not the same as keeping an accountability partner. Important promises often come with failures and shortfalls that are hard to face. If you trip up, you may be faced with a sense of shame. You don't want to go back to that person, that group, and face the fire of your mistakes. Resist this feeling. Do not let your pride be more important than your promise. As Winston Churchill once said, the price of greatness is responsibility. This world is filled with an attitude that accountability is for other people, right? No. Accountability is for you just as it is for everyone. But nobody's perfect. And that's a good thing, because perfection would be too hard of a burden to maintain anyway. We all make mistakes, and if we choose to hide from those mistakes, then we will never learn the full weight of their lessons, doomed to repeat them again. Why tire ourselves with defending excuses that everyone can see through anyway? Isn't it better? Isn't it easier? Isn't it worth it to face this promise together? Thank you so much for watching this video on accountability. If it's something you like, subscribe, turn on notifications, all that great stuff. But I wanted to actually let you know that we have chapters of Because I Said I Would in schools, particularly in high schools. But this is really a focus on getting better at keeping promises and volunteerism. I think those things go together if we want to make this world a better place. So go to becauseisaidiwould.com/chapters, learn about our chapters in schools. But I have a question for you about this thought of accountability. Now, we are a nonpartisan nonprofit, but I have this question for you still. Why do you think politicians are not held accountable? Why do you think politicians are not being held accountable? Comment below. Thank you so much for watching.